All right, everybody. We are back with this HP Pavilion we looked at in a short not too long ago, or a couple shorts, really. We're going to do another Will It Boot. This one has the multi-reader, the CD drive, DVD rewriter. Nothing in the expansion bays, but it does have a hard drive in it. So as I was looking for a power supply for the Compaq, I realized this one would be adequate, but it has all the components to work. And actually, I pulled the graphics card out of this one previously. So I figured, what the hell? I'll take a look and just see if it boots. This one, of course, has Vista, so it's a little newer than what I want for my gaming rig. But it could be fun for something my daughter could play around on for her build. But I noticed it gave me an error that the PC fan was bad. Turns out this one just had some gunk in it. You can see it's still pretty dirty. I haven't cleaned it, but it does work. I just had to spin it a couple of times, get it free, and get it going. So we're just going to go ahead and boot it up and take a look and see what we see for specs and go over a couple of things once it boots. All right, so we got the Pavilion all booted up here into setup. And you can see we've got the DVD rewriter, the hard drive, no floppy in this one, unfortunately. It does have the correct date and time, though. I'm impressed. And then we've got DDR2 RAM, a total of 4 gigs installed here. This BIOS was last revised in '07, and I mean, looks to be fairly, kind of standard HP machine here. We'll go ahead and boot it to Windows and just see what we find out here. I did just kind of go through here just to check out our specs, and this one, interestingly, is a 2 gigahertz CPU with the 800 megahertz bus there, 2 megabytes of cache RAM. Interesting, but nothing really special about this overall, but a decent machine if you're just going to be playing around with it. Alright, we're going back to the boot screen here. It's running its check. And that's pretty classic Vista, if you guys have ever used Vista. Kind of stole a little bit of the style from XP, but certainly didn't steal the flair of XP. Pretty slow to boot. I mean, these Vista machines, I ran Vista for a number of years, and this is very familiar. It feels like I'm traveling back in time right now. Alright, after much ado, we got it booted up to the buddy of mine who donated this to me, his old lock screen, so it is password protected. We won't be able to go in and fuddle around with whatever's on here and get any specifics about the space on the hard drive or anything right now, but overall pretty excited to have one that boots. Hopefully I can get into it, dump any old data that Matt happens to want, and get this one cleaned and usable. I wanted to point a couple of things out here. This is still running, so I'm not going to finger around too much, but interestingly enough, this is power supply is rigged up here with SATA and the standard IDE connectors, so this one, we might end up pulling the power supply on and throwing it in the old Compaq, just because everything in here that it needs to run is SATA, and that other power supply I was using yesterday will work just fine for that, but I need some more of the old school ATX plugs for the other board. But also, interestingly, the main connector here, the last 4 plugs are empty, and there's not like a spare 4. There's a spare 6, but for whatever reason, the 12 volt that usually goes in the end there, it's not there. So not sure why that is, but if it's a board design, who knows? It's an HP. But thanks again for watching. Really appreciate you guys who look into my channel, or gals, or anything in between is totally cool too. If you could, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, the little bell icon, and I will catch you guys on the next one.